It's your guy STOCKS, aka Black Juice. We are back on the episode number 2 of the poem breakdown with my guy Vince. My guy, how you doing?
I'm good, man. What's the laugh? You good?
As always, my guy. As always,
Yes,
it's always a
sir.
pleasure to be with you on these episodes.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
man.
man. Yeah. Let's break down this episode number 2. What was the title of the episode?
So the title of the episode is The Other Side. Yeah, so basically it's as simple as that. It's called The Other Side.
The other side. Okay. What inspired the poem?
So what inspired the poem is that according to episode number 1, where we spoke of the struggle, we spoke of poverty. So what inspired the poem is I wanted to give a contrast of the other side, which is now the wealth, the luxury. So that's what inspired the poem. I wanted to make a comparison between two sides, which is the struggle and whereby people are living the life, basically.
Okay, I don't know if the question will be suitable, but I wanted to ask you about the setting and the location of the poem where we get to shot.
So yeah, definitely, man. It's a perfect question because the first episode, which is obviously something that I'm going to always be referencing on or about.
Yes.
So the first episode was talking about struggle, and the environment was resonating with the poem, or the poem was resonating with the environment. So obviously this episode also had to be the same thing. So the suburban area, the urban area, where the luxury life, the acres and acres of spaces there. So the setting and the location had to be selected based on that, my brother. That's what I can tell you.
Okay, thank you so much, my guy. Okay, let's go on a mind of a writer. Take us through the state of mind as you were writing the poem.
So as I said, I was trying to create a comparison between the struggle life or the poverty life or the wealth life.
Yes.
So when I was writing episode number 1, immediately after I finished with it, I had this thought in my mind. So if I am portraying or I'm trying to let people understand the struggle of that type of life, then obviously there should be a continuation of the contrast side, which is now the wealth life. So that was lingering in my mind, and I had to put something out there to create the comparison so that people can understand that there's some type of a war where like the people, not wall, where like people are living on the other side and the people are living on the other side. So that thought was lingering in my mind, and I had to put it out there, man, to complement everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, thank you so much. I heard on that one as well, the luxury and the underprivileged as well. What they represent to you as you are writing the poem?
So having the contrast, obviously you'll notice that on this episode, also on the video, there were buildings, beautiful houses, glass houses, the beach front. So that is the luxury part of it. Your swimming pools, all these things that I'm saying we because I'm on the other side of the struggle side. So obviously I say we, all these things that we long for, what we think is the life. So that was the point. And the underprivileged areas, which is now the side that was represented on episode number 1, I had to make the comparison there. So that was what I was basically trying to represent there. That's what I had in mind, my brother.
Okay, yes, my guy, I hear you. Okay, the relationship between the wealth and freedom to you, what does that mean?
So it's so crazy to me, bro, that when you think about, I didn't want to mention this, but most of the people that are on the underprivileged areas are black people, right?
Yeah.
So you'll notice that wealth is mostly represented by the other side. Let me put it like that. Okay. It is mostly represented by the other side, and there's a certain degree of explaining, there's a certain degree of measuring actually freedom when it comes to on the other side. Because we tend to put together, or let me say, relate freedom with wealth, whereas on the other side, we try to relate the limitations of freedom, because it's almost like we are representations of not being free, whereas on the other side, it is a representation of being free. It's so sad that we tend to measure freedom with those or with the other side, whereas one in these days can actually look for their own freedom in whatever way. But the reality is that success and all these freedoms will always be measured by the other
The other
side.
side.
Yeah.
Yes, brother man. Thank you so much. As one of the viewers that was listening and paying attention,
Yeah.
there is this favorite line of mine. I don't know if I will get it right or wrong, but it goes like, the red wine mimicking pool full
Yeah.
of blood, break us down, mega. And there's the other one I liked as well, where you talked about the sizes of the Shrek, the pool size, the size of a pool, you know. Break us down from that.
So I say there, red wines mimicking pool full of blood in the underprivileged areas. And then I continue to say, swimming pools mocking shack houses in the underprivileged areas. So those are two metaphors, my brother. So basically what I am emphasizing there is that it's crazy that the red wines that the other side would be drinking when they are dining and doing everything that the other side does is, I would compare that with the blood that is spilled on the underprivileged areas, whereby things like your crime, your rapes that occur. So the contrast or the comparison, or in that metaphor, that the red wines represent wealth in terms of the other side. And then at the same time on the underprivileged areas, it represents blood. So, and then on the other line, which is now the pool, the swimming pools mimicking, shack houses and sizes, is that it's crazy that the swimming pools of the other side are so big that it would make the size of a place that a house or a shelter that someone would consider a home. Because on the underprivileged areas, you have people who use shacks as their home. So it's crazy to me that the other side would have swimming pools so big that they're so big they even go as bigger as the shacks that I'm speaking. So that is the metaphor, and that's what I was trying to outline in there.
Okay, tell me, my brother, what was the intended impact when you were writing this poem?
Yeah, so basically my intentions were for people to understand or to get a clarification of the two lives or the two lifestyles, if I can put it like that. The two lifestyles that people live under the same globe, which is Earth. That there's the other side, and then there's the other side. The other side being the underprivileged, the other side being the privileged. So I wanted people to have a clear understanding on that and how the world operates, basically.
Okay, thank you so much, bro. Before we close it, what people should expect for the next episode?
Oh yeah, so episode number 3. So obviously we have to raise the bar. So the next episode, I'm not going to tell you the title as of yet, but one thing I can give you to keep you so that you can hold on to is that it is a Xhosa poem. So I have this thing of going for Xhosa English. So it has an African feel to it. It's based on Xhosa and a revival, if I can put it like that. So it's about umbongo ozawuvuselela mna kwethu umbongo landela. So that's the next episode, basically.
Okay, my guy. Then I guess let's close this one for now.
Yeah.
Do you want to say a word of motivation?
Yeah, man. So one thing I know for sure is that anyone can be motivated by whatever. But one thing I can tell you is that you know the right thing to do. You know what you feel. You know what's burning inside of you. Do something about it, because there's two choices. It's either you do or you don't. That's all I have for you today.
Thank you so much, my guy. Okay, let's close this one right here. We are out.